Good morning and welcome back to Money Wisdom, sponsored by Johnson Brunetti. I'm Jalene Andrews. We are teaching you smart ways to manage your money, and joining us now with expert advice is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner and senior partner at Johnson Brunetti. Eric, welcome back.
Thanks, Jalene. Good morning.
Good morning. Today we are discussing the cost of longevity and how living longer could become a liability to your retirement plans, starting with our first bullet, rising healthcare costs across the board.
There's been all these advances in nutrition, medicine, everything. People are living longer and longer and longer. Like, it's good. People are living longer, they're active longer, but all of that costs more money. And then we hear these statistics about, I don't want to say worst case scenario, but it's no one's best case scenario of ending your life in a nursing home and that insurmountable cost, particularly in Connecticut. And these are huge sums of money. I'm not going to be there that long, but you still have to plan for these emergencies because the older you live, the more susceptible you're going to be to these things.
All right, our next bullet here is that 70% of people 65 and older will require some form of long-term care, like you were just mentioning, nursing homes.
And you think about that, like my wife Megan and I, like, well, if one of us gets sick, of course I'm going to take care of my wife. Of course my wife's going to take care of me. At the same time, you're 75 years old, and I'm not a nurse. Like, are you equipped to do that? And you probably aren't, right? So other types of savings or maybe insurances that allow people to come into your home and help you with that. A lot of people just wait way too long to have a plan around this stuff because I hope it never happens. I hope it never happens to anyone. It's going to happen to the majority of people in some way, or someone in your family that you care about. So you need to have a plan around these things while you still have control over making those decisions. Sure,
because if you don't have a plan and something happens, you might have to make a decision that you wouldn't have if you had had a little bit more time.
It can be disastrous. Yeah.
Absolutely. Our last bullet here is to start planning now for the possibility of a long-term care event like we were just talking about.
Yeah, do you buy long-term care insurance? Some people, this is the only thing that will give them peace of mind. There are really good plans out there. I heard they're really expensive. They're incredibly expensive. But you could also spend $20,000 a month on a nursing home that you don't even want to be at in Connecticut. And no matter how much money you save, that's a massive hole in the bottom of your bucket.
Right.
And then what about the person that survives? I'm going through that right now with a client of mine who, that's what happened. And he passed away. And now what's she going to live? It's devastating on a personal level. It doesn't have to be financially devastating as well. So there are things you can plan for, but the longer you wait to make these decisions to address these issues, the less options you're going to have. So I encourage people to get started sooner looking at what should I do, what can I do?
Hard to talk about, but can really make a big difference.
Yeah.
Lots of information here. Tell us about this week's book offer.
But what if I need long-term care? Go to moneywisdomtv.com. Anyone approaching retirement is concerned about this, even if you say you're not concerned about this, even if you joke, it's never going to happen to me, I'm just going to walk into the woods and never come back. I'm not poking fun at that. I get that. That's what I'd prefer too. But someone you care about is going to encounter this, and you want to be educated on the subject so people don't make mistakes, because if someone is relying on you, or if it is you, there's things you can do. And it's a personal decision, but what if I need long-term care? Go to moneywisdomtv.com. I really hope you read it. Even if you're a younger person, you never know when this could affect you, and you never know, maybe it's your parents, so don't delay.
All right, wonderful. Thanks so much for your time as always, Eric. And again, that's moneywisdomtv.com. For CT Buzz, I'm Jalene Andrews.